Still,
Hey everybody! I was just taking a swim. You know that little Earth and Sky swimmage going out.
oh, okay. I'm waiting for the voice thing to catch up because I'm hearing that row,
Are you
row,
back to the
row.
room? Right. Why?
Don't do me like you do. Why is it doing that? Oh man.
Look,
If
people, you gotta love interactive because you catch it live and direct just like we catch it live and direct.
uh-uh. No. No. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Oh, yo, you sound like oh. That's what you sound like, bro. I do
But see,
not know
here's the
why it's
funny
doing
part:
that.
you are crystal clear. You are
Huh?
crystal clear. I can hear you perfectly. You are good to go.
I can't troop up because I can't hear you the right way. Oh man, this is savage. This is savage. They playing with us tonight, man. They playing with us tonight right now.
Bro, look. We swing vines that most people don't swing. So at that point,
Let me take the earphone out.
all right, go ahead.
Hopefully that'll help.
You know what I'm saying? So we swing all types of vines here, people. We normally swing vines and nobody wants to swing. So at that point, it can get a little dicey. We've been talking about some things that some people probably really don't want us talking about. So at that point, which I was about to bring up a little later on in the flow, on how IG kind of blocked me for a little
Let me
bit.
see if I can come out. I'm gonna hop out now. I'm gonna come back in.
All right. So basically, we were having a little technical difficulties. But Earth and Sky Interactive was going on. It's your boy Sky. You know what I'm saying? Earth right now is getting himself right because right now, of course, the Earth is being hit by a lot of solar flares. For those of you who don't know or don't keep up with those types of things, you really should. Why? Because solar flares will affect your electronics in a major way. Solar flares will also affect you in a major way as well. So I believe we have Earth back in live and direct. Let's see if he is. Let's see if he is. Are you with us?
I can hear you. You sound clear. You sound like we're ready to smack the shit off the globe because the
Bruh.
technical difficulties and the solar rays right now.
In the words of Rakim, the technical difficulties is through. It's been a long time.
18th letter, baby.
You heard?
Ooh.
But yeah, I was just letting them know, you know what I'm saying, with the solar flares and everything. Besides the fact that we've been talking about some things here lately that some people might not want you to hear, uh, due
Oh,
to some stuff going on, like Earth. I didn't peep you to this. I was kind of saving it for the show.
okay.
Um, so I posted something that Riza Islam posted about.
Shout
Uh,
out to him.
huh?
Shout out to Reza Islam.
Yes, shout out to him. Yes, big ups. So he was talking about Chris Rock and how Chris Rock kind of, did what he did and said what he said about the jabba jabba,
Yeah.
and basically the whole comedic industry ran up on him to the point where Rizza Islam got his YouTube taken down.
What?
Cancel culture.
Come on, man. Not.
So yeah, bro. Yeah, they look, and it's one of those. Now, peep it. I shared that on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
When that content got taken down, it got taken down, and when it got taken down, I couldn't share anything on Instagram anymore after that. So you know how like you can put it on your story
Yeah.
in Instagram? I couldn't put anything else on my story for 3 days.
Did they send you an email and let you know that you were?
Nope. All my other accounts worked perfectly fine. Yeah, bro. It be like that sometimes. Yes, people. It's getting interesting times that we're in right now.
Yep.
You know this. It is all about choice, and it's all about your choice, regardless of what that choice is. We here
Your
at Earth Sky Interactive support whatever your choice is. For, against, whatever. All we ask is that you think. All we ask is that you educate yourself on anything that you do in life, which is why we are here to edutain you, not entertain you. All
How
right. So that's why we're here. But yeah, man. So I mean, that was one of those illies, man. I was just like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, but no, here's how bad it was. I would go to share it, and Instagram would just the app would stop. The app would just shut off.
Hold on, bro. They got that much power to just shut your app off?
Bruh,
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just I haven't seen it exercised. That's some new right there, bro. We
think
just
about it.
stop
Think
you from
about it.
using our app altogether.
Think about it. You give them access to your microphone. You give them access to your camera. They
Right.
can do whatever the hell they want. Like, bloop, just kick you out the app. Again, okay, people. So for those of you who don't understand how the new world of social media works, there are no people sitting behind computers watching you anymore. Those days have been over probably for about a good 5 to 7 years.
Yep.
There is a computer. All right. There is a computer. What's going on, Jamie?
Jamie.
You know what I mean? There is a computer now, algorithm programmed. That algorithm catches everything that you do. It's programmed to look for certain words, phrases, things. When it sees them, it instantly triggers a response. So there is no person that kicks you out. There is no person. So don't take it personal, because there's just no person to take it personal from.
Don't take it personal. Take the bitter with the sweet.
You know what I'm saying? It literally is all about an algorithm and a computer running that algorithm.
Wow.
So, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Hey, I take it as a form of flattery, because basically now, hey, look, I'm on the radar.
Yep. They're
So,
you remember it used to be 100 monkeys in a room listening to phone calls, right? Now it's one monkey in a machine.
I mean, I would say a word, but we're keeping that word under wraps right now.
Yep. I was about to say it too, but you know what I'm saying. Look, the filters are officially in place on that one.
Yes.
So we'll keep that word under. Mum's the word.
Mums. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of craziness going on, and as I was saying before, with the photons that are coming in, that are messing. Literally, it's like an EMP or CME that literally hits you or hits electronics, shorts them out, all of that good stuff. There's a couple of big burps coming, and it's gonna get interesting, because basically the internet's not gonna work. Oh, and by the way, you might want to keep track of this stuff, because if one hits big enough, you're not going to have access to your money. I would highly suggest going and taking out a nice little chunk of cash and keeping that. I don't care where you keep it. Bury it in the yard, put it under your mattress. I don't give a damn. Put it in your sock drawer. Keep it. Because if that happens, everything is going to shut down. There's not going to be any internet. Your phone's not going to work. The only thing that's going to be left running is the emergency broadcast system.
Ain't that interesting?
Which means there's going to be no communication long distance. There's not going to be anything run by electronics is going to be dead. Which means you can't go to your ATM. You can't use your bank. Nothing. All transactions will be done with cash. And if that cash register is hooked up to some electronics, it ain't gonna work either. So you want to talk about truly being ready, because it's coming, but they don't want to tell you until it's too late. Actually, they don't want to tell you at all. They're gonna know it's coming, and they're gonna be ready for it.
Look, why would they tell you about their secret coded game plan? Now, other than what they have to put out there and present to you, which is always going to be the bare bones minimum.
Well, but here's where the game backfires. Because basically, with those photons that are hitting the Earth, right? That, of course, will definitely damage hardware, software, when it comes to technology and fry stuff. Human beings are getting upgrades. And basically, you're being turned on. People are feeling different. You got aches and pains that you didn't know you had. Well, they're not really aches and pains. It's just your body's repairing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's exactly what's going on. Okay, why is it that here, since the solar activity's picked up here in the last, I'd say, 3-4 months, they're finding new species of animals in the ocean almost daily. They're finding new rodents in the forest almost weekly. Why? Because things are mutating. That's what photons do from the sun.
Wow.
Which is why the sun is so vital to our existence.
Fact.
So a lot of people are now all of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute. I hear things now. Oh, wait, I'm seeing some shit. No, you're not tripping. You're not tripping. It's real. What you see is real. What you feel is real. Get used to it, because it's gonna happen more and more and more. So I suggest, like a muscle, you get used to it and get used to exercising that muscle, because things are about to get really interesting around this planet.
Question.
Yes.
A certain somebody that we both know in common has been posting a lot of information about UFO sightings.
Mm-hmm.
Different parts of the world, but UFO sightings nonetheless. Now, this is a sharp uptick since when they actually declassified those files. So, and it's all running along the same time as what's going on right now. So what's your thoughts on that one? Holler at me about that. What do you think about all these new UFO sightings that are all of a sudden becoming almost like a weekly phenomenon?
Well, we are now either at the end of or coming to the end of a 26,000 year cycle.
The Mayan calendar.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I mean, you could say that. You could. Yes, that. Yeah, it's a little. It gets a little deeper, and I don't want to confuse the people.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because the Mayan calendar gets broken down into tunes and Bach tunes, and
yeah,
people can get Friday brain if they ain't used to hearing it or talking about it. But yes. So we're at the end of a cycle. So what happens at the end of that cycle is pretty much there's a harvest. Now, they have made this harvest seem like a bad thing. It's actually evolution. It's a part of the evolutionary process. All right. So that's where they got the rapture from. People supposed to be gone. Well, let's see. As the planet changes, because Gaia is changing, she doing what she do. Except for this time, she's doing what she's doing, and it's modern history. We're recording it. This ain't the first time it's been done.
And she's shaking that moneymaker right now.
Look, she is shaking. She is shaking, stomping, making it rain for real.
You twerking real hard.
If you haven't noticed, people, like, it's been raining a lot, and that's not going to stop. As a matter of fact, that's going to increase. I just saw the extended forecast pretty much for the rest of the year, or at least the next month or two, and it's going to be abnormally warm in some spots and really, really rainy, above average rain in others. Like, you really want to watch out, because that's why these hurricanes are so powerful right now. Again, we're at the end of a cycle, which is why certain places who opened up certain things to win certain things, to be victors in certain things, aren't giving homage to the divine feminine, and pretty much they're suffering. They're suffering.
No words. It's happening to the lineage.
Bingo.
It's
So
to the lineage. It's affecting the downline of the individuals who are the recipients of that battle glory. Once again, people, how can a small little island about that big take out a whole country and one of the largest standing armies at that time? How is that possible if you don't have natural forces helping you?
supernatural.
Let's talk about it. Because trust me, when you have, see, the one thing you got to understand about voodoo and voodoo is that it is all natural. It's all natural
Mother Earth.
of the earth. Okay? And when you start looking at a people who knew what to call on and how to call on it, oh yeah, it gets extra deep. You see what I'm saying? Now my man Sky, he won't tell you, maybe he will, but he's part of a Gullah culture. It's in his bones, it's in his roots. So
Birthright.
it's his birthright. So guess what that means? He has a ability to call in on it. Whether he knows how to do it or not yet, it's a moment of time, matter of time. But the truth be told, that's what's been popping off lately. A lot of people have been moving naturally, okay? And as you get a group of people who come into a certain awareness, that certain awareness is going to increase or enhance that frequency that awareness is attached to. Now, that awareness can be used for or against those people. And when that happens, especially it's kind of like a kid with a little 38 special. Maybe they got enough squeeze power to make that thing pop off one time. Maybe they can use both hands to pull that little hammer back. But when it goes off, it goes off. And it's not only going to hurt that kid possibly, but it's going to scare the shit out of that kid.
Well, again, what as above, so below. So you have to realize that if you open something, you're going to have to close it
Yep.
eventually. And if you don't close it and close it properly, you've now left Pandora's box open. And we all know what happens when you leave Pandora's box open.
See, there's a way that you open it up. There's rituals and things that you have to do to open it up. But there's also things that you have to do to close it. And if those things aren't done to close it, left open. Let's say a whole generation gets wiped out that understands how to close it.
A whole generation or a whole island. Because again, the land itself, something's got to be given. Which brings me to this. Okay. Now, you know where Haiti is geographically, correct?
Right?
Okay.
Don't mind me. I'm gonna change things around. I don't like sitting with my back to the dark too tough. But hold tight. I'm listening.
All right. So I find it very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting that so you see this thing going on and you see the Haitian refugees, right?
Right?
Okay. So you know where Haiti's geographically located, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Can you explain to me how all of those people just showed up in Texas
I've been thinking
across
the
the
same
border?
thing. How did they get to the same place where the Mexicans are at? Can- can-
Bruh, look, I seen that and I'm like,
number one,
last I checked, bruh, Haiti ain't even look, you ain't getting in no rowboat. Michael might have rowed the boat ashore. He wasn't rowing from Haiti, bruh.
hallelujah.
So how did these people get all the way over to why Texas? Dude, Florida's right there. Florida is the closest thing that they can jump to. As a matter of fact, what the hell if you go to Puerto Rico? It's even closer.
Here's my thing, right?
And how did you get there that fast? We have a Haitian refugee problem, and now all of a sudden they're here.
How? Wait a second. Now I understand that Texas is located near the Gulf.
It borders the Gulf.
It borders the Gulf, so I get that part.
But why would you pass? You pass Florida, you pass Mississippi, you pass Alabama, you pass Mississippi, you pass Louisiana, and you look. They got a way better shot at getting in to New Orleans than you do Texas.
So, but then they get to the border
and get whipped by a guy on horseback. They ain't even whipping the Mexican, son.
Have you ever see? Say what you want, but don't leave me with no direction. Come on, man. Come on. Wait a second. How the hell do you get to the hold on? Wait a second. You mean to tell me that the Haitians are beating the Mexicans to the border? And don't disrespect to my Latinos, no disrespect to my Spanish, my Mexican community, no disrespect. I hate to say that, but you got to, because I don't want y'all to think we picking on y'all. But I'm trying to figure out, how did they beat y'all to the wall? How did they beat y'all to the border?
Bruh.
To where these horseback dudes is riding specifically on them, because they ain't never rode no horses on any of the other Mexicans I've seen. Or would that just not make for good media? If did I hit a sore spot? Did I say something?
Oh, you touched the nerves, exposed nerve.
Did I just dig into your cavity in your mouth and hit that one?
That molar is all types of shook up right now.
Once again, right? When you see them going after the Mexicans that are at the border, they're in Jeeps, they're in Broncos, they're in SUVs, they're in trucks. They're in Chevys and Fords.
No horseback.
Yeah, no horseback. No horseback.
No whips.
What?
No, they're not using the bridle to beat the Mexicans away.
I just can't figure you out, baby.
Look, man. People, we all know what's going on over there is real. Okay, so that's real.
Let's not forget, they just came out of a major storm.
Oh, and a fucking earthquake that crumbled a lot of shit.
Infrastructure is all but gone, people. The infrastructure is all but gone. And now you have Kamala Khan talking about I saw a meme one time. They said, and one thing she was saying, she's like, it should be human right that when we look at them, that we accept them into our borders and open our borders up to them.
And then on the next thing, I seen that.
And on the next thing,
she's like, don't come.
No. I don't know if she was telling one of her Johns to make it last forever, like Keith Sweat.
Make it last.
Don't come. Don't come to our borders. Don't come.
Bruh.
Stay in Haiti forever.
Look, that had me to the point where it's like, again, it's easy to get people because of the emotional draw. So it's easy to pull on that heartstring. You see what I'm saying of what's going on, right? It'd be different if, like over in Europe, when people start bouncing from countries, those countries touch. So you see mass exodus to a border. You see like the Trail of Tears. You see a line of people. There is an exodus. but they're only going to a country that touches. We don't touch. Not even close. And again, how do you now? Did you see any pictures of a boat? Because I know I didn't see any pictures of a boat.
I ain't see no pictures of water.
No. All I see is them walking, coming on. And I'm like, how y'all get here?
Can I ask a question?
Please do.
How do we know they were Haitian in the first place?
Well, you know that accent, you know what I'm saying? And you
Where
know the darker pigmentation would lead you to assume. Now you know I know what happens when you assume.
You make an ass out of you and me. You make an ass out of you and me.
I mean, that's all we can do. But I just find you bring up a very good point when you say on Sundays, watch for the distraction because it's coming. Now, you want to talk about, I mean, I just want somebody to explain to me. It'd be different if, like, they were like, look, there's a large ship. They hijacked a vessel, or they all got on, you know, a cruise liner. You see, now look, I can buy that.
Where was Tom Hanks at?
Right? You know what I'm saying?
I captain now.
Look, I could buy that. I would actually buy into that theory. But that's not the case. And they said we're being overrun. The borders are being overrun. We are having a problem. Have y'all ever seen what it looks like when people leave Middle Eastern countries? You see thousands of them. Literally, they're on foot, trooping. Got the kids on shoulders. Kids that can walk are walking. Mom's got the kids wrapped up, one in the front, one on the back. They're outro.
Everything they got on their back, kids included.
Now, I'm still trying to figure out, bro. You didn't swim that far because you ain't surviving in the ocean swimming that far.
How many times have we heard of? Listen, let me ask this question. Let me ask this question, right? I'm gonna ask this question, and I'm gonna ask this question. And I'm glad we're on this topic right here. You know, see, this is why we have these Earth and Sky conversations. Welcome to the conversation. If you're late, hey, you know, let us know. But how many times in the past, when Haitians were catching makeshift boats over the ocean into Florida, Cuba, how many times have you ever heard of Haitians ending up in Texas at the border? Did they? Well, hold on. Wait a second. Did they have a current a map like the captains used to understand the flow of the current?
Right.
Well,
Wait. During hurricane season.
I wish I could make a stupider looking face, like
during hurricane season, no less.
I cannot make a stupid enough face. I can't. I'm trying.
And guess what? They're saying they're still coming.
What? How many ships they got, man? How
did they get a chance? Look. Now let's keep it real. We got planes everywhere, and I'm gonna tell you what, the drone wars are on and cracking. I'm just gonna let you know that.
On and cracking.
So you're trying to tell me that somehow they got from their island to not only mainland America, through the Gulf, completely undetected.
Is there a way you could bring up a map? I would love to see if you can. I know.
Completely undetected.
No
no,
Coast Guard. No Coast Guard.
no.
Coast Guard off.
No.
They took a break.
Where'd the Navy go? Wait. Where's the International Space Station? Where's the 50,000 satellites that literally are linked up around the globe?
Where's Google Map? Just give me Google Map.
You stupid. You stupid.
Look.
Oh.
What did they use Waze? Police spotted ahead.
Like, well, here's the illy. And this is the part that pisses me off to no end, right? They take an actual tragedy.
Oh my
Something
God.
that actually happened. And take it and twist it and contort it. And in that twisting and contorting are emotions of people who are sensitive to other people's life.
Sensitive, man.
And now all of a sudden you've got these people who are like, oh my goodness, I know this is just so old, guys. What's going on with these people? How can I help? I wanna. And you're being fucked with the whole time.
The whole
Again,
time.
the war is not about bang bang shoot 'em up. It's brain banging now. It's about brain banging. Ain't no gang banging. No, it's brain banging. Yeah, people still shooting. They didn't get the memo. You see what I'm saying? It's about brain banging now. You know what I mean?
I here's my thing, right? Even as emotionally, see, they got us so emotionally charged off of the fact everyone that I tune into, everyone that I listen to, oh, just the picture alone of him whipping and riding a horseback, it automatically took me back to slave times. And listen, I get it.
You think that wasn't planned? Because basically ingrained over decades and a century and some change, ingrained in the indigenous psyche. That's where it takes you because you're programmed. So you crack the code. You win. Your prize will be in the mail, sir.
Look, I want the Cuisinart set up with the total the 52-piece Ginsu knife set.
Who's that Ginsu knife?
I want the slap chop.
Look,
and don't forget to throw in some Flex Seal too.
Look, and just because you were the first one to answer correctly, we're gonna send clapper.
Clap on, clap off, clap on,
clap off.
The clapper.
You heard. So, but dude, it's like that's the part that gets me to no end. That's the part that really makes my fur really stand up. Is the fact that again, in every lie, people, there's some truth. So the truth is, yes, that country got decimated. Guess what's coming? Another storm. You see what I'm saying? So again, they're banking on the fact that we as Americans who don't as a majority know how to disseminate and critically think. So they keep you going with jab wars. They keep you going with this. We keep you going with that. We keep you going. We keep your notice a lot of things happen in bunches to keep your emotions and your heartstrings flowing while they're fucking rolling tanks over your feet and you don't even know it.
Can't feel it because you're so emotionally charged. You cannot listen, people. You cannot be a critical thinker and be emotional at the same time. You cannot. And I'll tell you why. Physiologically, it's impossible. Here's why. Because your mind is set up to work linear at one point in time whenever you focus your attention on one thing. Wherever the attention goes, what everything goes.
Yeah. Oh, energy flows where your attention
Energy
goes.
flows where your attention goes. So if that's the case, that means your energy is flowing towards providing all the stimulus, all the reactions necessary to the stimulus that's around you. Okay. Now I don't know if y'all can hear these animals behind me in the forest, just like getting it on and having a good time right now. But you know what I'm
It's
saying?
Friday, baby.
It's Friday. Everybody's wild right now. But my whole thing is this: how can you think your way out of a wet paper bag when you're feeling yourself? Get the fuck out of your emotions, people. Okay? It's the only way. You have to ask yourself, why would somebody come all the way from Haiti to the Gulf of Mexico just to get into Texas and cross the border?
What's there that's not in it? Again, for those of you who don't travel, haven't really been a lot of places, I've been blessed to have traveled a lot. I've lived a lot of places, especially in the continental U.S. Okay,
48 states, baby.
yeah, for real. So go to Florida if you want top line best authentic Haitian food. Go to Florida. Why? Because they're from Haiti. Now, some of those people migrate up to New York City. There's a nice little Haitian population in New York City. Again, authentic food. But at the end of the day, when you mess around and you go to Florida, bro, they right there. Right there. Like getting to Florida is way easier than somehow making it past. Why would you go past Florida?
Man, you know what? I hate to say the game has gotten this insidious, but it's you know, if every look, if we're seeing what's called mixed reality with giant panthers running through the football stadium,
Project
pissing,
Moving.
pissing on patrons that are watching the football game.
And ripping banners of the opposing team.
Listen. I can honestly say, I think these people were crisis actors. I think this is a false flag, people.
But again, this is the part that pisses me off to no end. Because that country is in need of assistance. Now we understand that a lot of that assistance that they're in need of is more spiritual than anything else, because it sure as fuck ain't monetary.
Backdoor.
But that the fact that they use that to so the true question is, what are you masking? What are you masking? Because guess what? When Afghanistan crumbled after, of course, we left, go figure. And the government bounced, go figure. And the military said, we're leaving, and whatever military stand here, we ain't military no more. So we're gonna go with Al Qaeda. You know what I'm saying? Or we just gonna join the Taliban. You know what I mean?
The Taliban.
You heard? So I mean, those people were trying to get out and were locked in.
Right.
They were locked in and couldn't get out. You got people passing babies over the top of barbed wire. Dude trying to pass his wife over the top of the barbed wire. Like, mind you, even that, let's think about that. Okay. Notice not everybody was trying to do that. Okay. And if we're supposed to be helping people and we're there, how are we allowing that to happen without saying, yo, just open up the fucking gate, dude? Let them out. They don't want to be here. So there's a lot of things that don't make sense. Connect the dots, people. Or better yet, let the dots connect you. And you'll figure out that the shit don't make sense. it doesn't add the fuck up.
How can it? How can it?
I look, man. I know some Haitian people. They are some of the coolest down to earth people, bro. When I tell you
Love them.
that the food, son, the food is on a different level. You see what I'm saying? But dude, how can you literally take an event like that and then make a mockery out of it, a farce out of it?
How much money do you think actually went to the Haitians from all of the monies that they collected from all the donations they got from the different hurricanes set up? You know, the Haitian community, you know, whenever America says today we are all this, that means that's a cue sign that, like, hey, this is where we want your money to go. So guess what? That money goes where? Into the pockets of the people who are actually supposed to be helping. And a piece of that, a percentage of that, actually gets to the ground, to the boots in the ground. You know what I'm saying? So there's a small piece, yes, that happens, but the majority is to keep the lie going. So let's stop acting, people, like this is real. Okay? There's things that they want you to see because they want you to react. This is an energy grab. Okay? And it's an energy grab because that's the higher level than a money grab. And if right now we're in the biggest money shift that's happened since 2008 when the housing collapsed,
Fiat.
And we ain't talking about the car. You know what I'm saying?
That was real.
You know, that was real. We had, I don't know how we all squeezed in that Fiat, but you would have thought we was like, you know, packed up in there. We used to put, you know, sardine oil on our ass when we got in there because there was about 5 of us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I need you to think about that, people. How do you get all the way around the Gulf Coast into the full Gulf Coast to cross over into the little part that is the Mexican area, or the Gulf of Mexico, to where there is the little sliver that you would need to cross into to get to Texas? Come on, people. All right, now it's easy to get a couple of horses because I only saw like one set of videos where they just chopped that video up multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Dude's trying to go across the street and back and forth, and the horse guy is running back over there and shaking him off and whipping him and all this good stuff. You know, if he was even getting whipped, I don't believe it. I'm sorry, I should, but I don't, because I realize now that if it's on a TV, I can't trust it. And if I get into it and I really think about it, and I see people on one side of the road, people on the other side of the road, and you got 2 horses, what are they going to do against all them people? I mean, how many people can they get at one time? How many people? And they had, like, I didn't see hundreds of people out there. I didn't see thousands of people out there. That's what happens when there's a mass exodus. That's why it's called a mass exodus. Okay? When the Israelites left Egypt, mass exodus. When the Jewish people left Germany and to go to Poland, you know what I'm saying, to escape the Nazi regime, mass exodus. When war-torn cities are forcing individuals out of there, i.e., you know, whether it's the Pakistanians or whether it's, you know what I'm saying, the Middle Easterners or whatever, mass exodus. The Trail of Tears, that was a forced mass exodus. People, do you not get what's going on? So no, something about this just don't jive, and I'm sorry until, you know, I sometimes, you know, my dad named me Thomas, and one of the things he said is that name is given to a doubter, because he doubts reality and needs to realize it for himself. So I guess Doubting Thomas fits me, you know what I mean, because I doubt that was real. I'm sorry. The imagery was enough to spark some old kindred feelings about being 450 to 500 years removed. Even that per Dan Calloway, which has done the research, doesn't map out to 400 or 500 years. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
something's fishy.
Right. Okay, so 2 days ago,
We get on an Earth and Sky kick right now. When we get on the Earth and Sky kick, what do? We go straight to the source. We get interactive. See, this is something we've been doing, interactive, and we let you know. We're gonna tell you sources and everything else because that's just the way we do it. When we talk about something, we're gonna give you some sources. So go ahead, 3. Go ahead. Give it to.
So now, ABC News, okay, 2 days ago. So you can look this up. That we encourage you to do your research just like us. See this? Okay. So it says why thousands of migrants, many from Haiti, are stuck at the Texas-Mexico border. And the picture shown is people walking through water. Obviously, they're walking, so it's not the Gulf. It's a river. Okay.
Which is 9 times out of 10 what, the Mississippi?
No, not
No.
not-
Which one is that? Which one? No. The Gulf of
There's a bunch of rivers. There's a bunch of small rivers that come off the Gulf, man.
Right.
There's a bunch of them.
But there's another big one. There's another big river that the Mexicans have to cross in order to get the Rio Grande.
If they come that way, most don't.
Yeah.
Come that way.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So it says what's happening with immigrants, mostly from Haiti, stuck at the Texas-Mexico border. Thousands of Haitian migrants, many traveling from South America, which is even further away than Texas. Okay, flood a small border town, thus the small border town of Del Rio, Texas.
Can I get you to stop right there? Marketplace real quick. Got a question. Number one, thousands, many of which are Haitian. So if they're not all Haitians, where are the rest of them from? Number one. Okay. Just thinking, critically thinking. And 2, if they're coming from South America, you mean to tell me that nobody was reporting this before? Thousands of people coming out of South America? Black? Darker than dark?
Darker than
Black?
me.
Coming through South America? And what are they, incognito? What are they wearing, the Harry Potter's invisible cloak? What's going on here? I'm just need to know. I'm thinking critically. Please continue.
A mounting crisis is unfolding at the U.S.-Mexican border where thousands of migrants, many from Haiti, have trekked across dozens of countries, facing blistering heat and other dangers to seek refuge in the United States. Now, how are you trekking across multiple countries and none of them touch? Haiti don't touch nothing. Haiti don't even touch Cuba, and Cuba don't touch the United States. Cuba doesn't touch South America. So, okay. Yeah.
No bullshit.
I need to pull up a map now.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that, man.
I have to.
Earth and Sky, man. We're going to take it there. We're going to get
I
in.
have to see this.
This is not some flash in the pan. We're going to laugh at this stuff because we smell bullshit. And when we smell bullshit, that means either we're near a pasture or we're near a slaughterhouse. One of the two.
Okay.
Who were the other ones? So did they just get on the border train? Like, and everybody say, hey, you know what? Hey, the Haitians are going. Let's ride with them. So now you got two different cultures. communicating and working together to get across the border? Will somebody please tell me the truth? I just want to know. I hope I'm not asking anything crazy. Many of which are Haitian. Who are the others? People, ask yourself this.
Okay. So I need to see a bigger map. All right. So that would mean if they came through South America, they would have had to go
Through Venezuela, Argentina.
From Haiti to Jamaica. Or literally go you want to talk about a super duper long road, bruh? They would have had to basically island hop, literally. Island hop south. They'd have to go southeast like this. Down into Venezuela, from Venezuela to Cuba, from Cuba to Panama, like we wouldn't have seen them coming through Panama. From Panama to Costa Rica.
These are super Haitians.
Like
these are super Haitians.
Look, through Honduras, Guatemala, and that's at the bottom of fucking Mexico, people. The bottom. Do you know how big Mexico really is?
Well, let's just say that we're still in part of it right now.
Technically.
A Mexican people. Do your study.
So through Guatemala, up through Mexico to the border of Texas. Now let me. Del Rio, Texas, to be exact.
Okay.
Now, look at that.
All right, we're gonna look. Now we're gonna work our way back from Del Rio back down. Watch this, people. This is too unbelievable, and we're talking thousands of people that get off of an island onto another island. How did they travel in thousands and packs of dude? Listen, do you know how many makeshift boats and crafts they would have had to make?
Right. Do you realize that Del Rio, Texas is on the western side of the state?
What, on the side near El Paso?
Yes.
Get out of here.
Right. This is really getting fucking comical. Okay, so it's on the western part of the state, so you literally have to go Dude, they would have had to literally, when I say troop through Mexico, I mean, they would have been troop duping.
Now, let me stop you right there, right?
I mean, they didn't even come into the Gulf side. Like, literally, so what they're saying is they went literally all the way through Mexico and nobody stopped them. Nobody said nothing. Look, this ain't adding up. I'm here to tell you people this shit ain't adding up.
Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
You ain't bullshitting, Lucy. Like, I really want to know. Inquiring minds want motherfucking know.
Come on, man. This show is not kids, because we'd have to tell the kids the straight truth, and the kids would not believe this. I'm sorry,
dude. This is they literally. Did you see the people? those people didn't look like they traveled to take that route. Look, you'll be dirty as hell. You be malnourished. Who feeding you? Who feeding you?
Water? Anybody?
Oh, you want to drink that water?
So you mean to tell me that you can drink the Mexican water?
What you got, peso, son?
Listen, people. Listen. You have to understand when the wool is being pulled over your eyes. Now, maybe you like something sheer, something a little bit more fine and see-through. But let's keep it 100, man. You're not just walking through Mexico and you've got cartel, this surveillance, everything. What did they get a pass? Did they get a pass? Did the Mexicans? The
Got a
Mexican,
whole pass. They gave him a hall pass, bro.
the Mexican cartel gave them a hall pass. All right, y'all just coming through. No worries. We know that y'all don't mean no harm. All right, come on through. What? What? Come on, man.
This is look. I'm actually happy you can't get to a phone because you'd lose your mind if you see what if you could see what I'm looking at right now. They would have had an easier point of entry if they come in near Brownsville, which is literally right at the southernmost tip. The southernmost tip of Texas.
I
That
just
would have been their easiest entry point.
who's their navigator? Who's their leader? Who are they following? Who has the map? Who
Bro.
knows how to read a map to get through all them different countries?
Like I said, they would have look.
Jungle. Bro, they gotta go through jungle.
They would have had to literally, for one, go from island to island to island to island to island to island to island just to get to South America. Then trek through South America to get to Del Rio, Texas.
Folks, can you say crisis actors? See, I'm gonna tell you the one thing I know about black folks. One thing I know about black folks. I don't know a lot about black folks. I don't know too many of them. But the one thing I know about black folks is that they will take a role. They will take a role. And they will, hey, you know what? If right now you got people that signed up to act in 12 years a slave, a birth of a nation, you know what I'm saying? You got people that will act for some kind of money. And to put that on your credits as your biography and your resume that hey, I was a crisis actor. Yeah, I played a Haitian. I actually got whooped at the border of Del Rio, Texas. Man, come on, people.
How do you?
Come on with it. Come on, it's okay.
So the river that they were crossing was the Rio Grande.
That's what I said. The Rio Grande.
Yeah.
That's why I said the Rio Grande. You got to remember, I was born in El Paso.
What the fuck, bro?
Ain't happening. You're trying to tell me that you've done some things in one setting that Mexicans have been trying to do for decades? For decades.
And didn't have to go from island to 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 island just to hit South America. They would have had to come through Panama. All of this undetected
People.
by no one. Do you hear Mexico talking about we got a refugee problem?
Man, look, this is going to be titled Haiti Exodus, the biggest lie yet.
People, we was trying to keep this at an hour. We really was, bro. But I mean, we are at an hour and 10 seconds, and this is just heinousness at its highest. At this, I'm again, stuff like this really pisses me off because basically it's like, so if you don't critically think, you're just gonna go with it like, oh yeah, so it's reported, so it's got to be ripped.
Matter.
Because you know that the country is definitely in a bad way. So people, let's not get it twisted. We are not saying that what's going on over there isn't happening. No, that's real. That's actually happening.
Factoid.
Okay.
Real facts, no fleas.
No fleas. But what we're trying to tell you is this whole into America thing through Mexico, look at the route they would have to take. Do you realize that that's roughly 2,000 miles? It's taking that route probably a little over 2,000 miles on foot. On foot. Now go back and look at the pictures of those people. Go back and watch the video of the two dudes. There's two dudes riding horses. Look at the people. Look at their clothing. What, they got a fresh supply of clothes with them?
Oh, I gotta look fresh when I get across that border, son. I gotta look fresh. I gotta look fresh. I gotta look like, yo, you know, you don't want to come into America looking bummy. You can't get a job that way, son. You know what I'm saying? You can't get no females, can't get no money. You know what I'm saying? No, son. I gotta look fresh when I get across that border. Oh, wait a second.
But it's an easy sell. You know why it's an easy sell? Because basically we have a quote unquote immigrant problem, as they say, on the border of Mexico and Texas. We don't have an immigrant problem in the Gulf. You don't hear about Alabama, Mobile having a problem. You don't hear about Louisiana, New Orleans having a problem.
Nope.
Those are both port cities. You don't hear Houston having a problem, port city. Just the western part of Texas has a problem. And the bottom tip, again, they would have been way easier to come in through Brownsville. Way easier. But wait, hold on.
But wait, it gets worse.
If you're a refugee, right? Why didn't you just come the regular way and just come on in the country? We accept everybody. There was just a thing on TV, a teacher, I think he was in like Pennsylvania or something like that, helped negotiate or help get a Haitian family to the States. So how did that happen? They didn't come through the long route. So how did that work? See, I'm just not understanding how this is really unbelievable. Like, this is really unbelievable. And they're packaging this up like, just take this because we're giving it to you because you know they're in a bad way. Why are you taking it? See, this is that taking advantage of people shit that I just can't stand, man. Like, you're going to play all of us for dummies because we know something bad is going on. Okay, peep this. Cuba stole all the people's money. You ain't hearing no more about Cuba. You ain't hearing no more. Look, too many large celebrities, Cuban, spoke up. It got wiped from the news feed.
No more riots. They stopped rioting over there all of a sudden. Maybe the Haitians snuck through while they were rioting in Cuba so they can get across. Maybe.
Wait. You catch Cuban defectors all the time coming through, right? They try to get out. They take boats. They do whatever they can, right? Why don't they go through Texas?
Only Mexicans. And all of a sudden.
Now Haitians. No, Haitians, because mostly Haitian. Notice they didn't say for mostly Haitian. Although the picture that you see, I've met some dark-skinned Mexicans, bro. They ain't darker than me, though. Do they exist? I'm sure they do. I've seen some pictures of some dark-skinned Italians, and I was like, damn, you blacks, son. You black. You darker than me.
Would never be able to tell.
So how does that work? Like, I'm really having people look up right now. Get on your phones. If you want a laptop, got an extra laptop, look up the route they would have had to take to get here.
Find a better route. Find a better route than he just found. Let's do that.
There is none without having a large boat or boats or a submarine. It doesn't exist.
And you ain't fitting thousands of people on no submarine without other thousands of people who are already on there that man the submarine on a regular basis. Let's keep it 100, people. Listen. If you're not critically thinking, you will get caught up in the emotional impact that all of this creates through subliminal training and programming that has happened over the decades, okay? Over the centuries. So now you want to tell me that somebody's coming from a little blip of an island all the way up through multiple island countries and then countries themselves to get to the farthest side of Texas? People, if you believe this, my man Sky has some pristine beachfront material, land. I'm talking about clear waters, palm trees,
clear blue water,
blue water, sandy beaches, bungalows. I'm talking about resorts already set up and ready to go. All you have to do is cut the check, and it's a turnkey operation. You look. All you need.
Did I fail to mention that this land was in Montana?
And listen.
Cut the check.
Listen. All you need is the deposit. You don't even need the full down payment. We'll work with you on the rest. We'll finance it with low interest rates. Matter of fact, you can go through your bank and they'll even cut you the check so you can cut the check to us. Because we got.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So I found a faster route.
Okay.
Okay. So I found the faster route. All right. So if they didn't go the island hop route, which would be the backtrack, right?
Okay.
Then they would have literally went from Haiti to Jamaica, somehow get from Jamaica to either Nicaragua, Honduras, or Belize, or possibly slide up into Mexico. But again, you're at the southern part of Mexico. To then get all the way through Mexico, past Mexico City, mind you, for those of you who have never been to Mexico City has a higher elevation than Denver, Colorado. If you've never been to elevation like that, have fun walking. Have fun with that.
So
your breathing is so labored, you might die.
I got another question for you, right? So you're talking about traveling on foot, right? The whole way through. Let's say makeshift boats for thousands of people to get through all of those different areas during storm season, during hurricane season. And on top of that, we're talking about in less time than Haiti was just hit from the hurricane that just happened, last month? And so that quickly they were able to get across all that landmass, 2,000 miles on foot. What are you capable of traveling in a day? Let's say if you walked 18 hours out of the day and rested 6 hours of the day, how far do you think you'd be able to cover in one day with thousands of people, men, women, and children? Come on, people.
Hold on. Just to give you an idea.
Do we want to cut this segment here?
Oh no. No. We live and direct, bro. We chop it up. We can chop it up.
Chop me off for 1 second. I got to take a bathroom break. This is too much.
Don't worry.
I'll be right back.
All right. People, what I'm doing now is going to give you a distance check. You know, on a map, you look and it's got a legend and it says, okay, so this far means this and this far means that, I'm gonna give you a distance check. Okay. I'm just getting all types of alerts because yes, I am doing the damn thing right now. Yeah. When I hit you with this number, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So if you were to go from Belize City, okay, to Del Rio, Texas, there's 6 different ways to get there.
6 different ways. Choose one.
Choose one. Okay. You can go train, plane, car, ferry. Okay.
Or automobile.
Let's see. So
I
Right.
don't believe you.
Right.
I don't believe you.
I can't believe it's not butter.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Yo, look. From Belize City to Del Rio, okay, the distance is 1,154 miles.
Huh?
1,154 miles, and that's from Belize City to Del Rio, Texas. That's the direct route. Now, peep the technique. If you drive it, it's 1,700 miles.
$1,700. People, let me tell you, I've driven across this country several times by myself.
Bro, that's 32 hours and 48 minutes.
32 hours and how many?
48 minutes. Non-stop.
People, doesn't quite work that way. And I'll be the first to tell you, because you're going to stop. You're going to stop. So that means that there had to be some secret assistance that was provided to get them there. Hey, look, I need all the money because I'm going to get you across the border. And if I get you across the border, I'm going to need something in return. And what I'm going to need in return might be a whole lot for you to pay. Do you understand?
Look here, man. Look here, man. Look.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe y'all people have been believing this. I didn't really dig this deep into it this week when I heard about it, man. I didn't. I just knew that we was going to talk about it. I didn't know how it was going to come up in conversation, but it came up. So with that being said, I did not dig this deep into the routes.
How in the... And again, that would be the fastest way without them, like I said, going southeast down into South America. But see, the article says they went through South America, not through Mexico. So that means, technically speaking, Belize is in Central America.
Uh-oh.
They didn't say Central America. They said South America. South America is below Panama.
Below Central America. That's a bet.
So if they came through South America, then my route is too fast for them. Which then would mean that they did go the island hopping route into Venezuela, to Colombia.
Like
now,
I said,
mind you,
it had to be Venezuela or Argentina, one of the two.
No. Venezuela's right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I knew it was going to be one of the two routes, either Venezuela or Argentina.
Well, Argentina, they would have had to go. They would have had to go south. Like they would have overshot by a lot to hit Argentina.
Okay.
So Venezuela into Colombia.
Colombia.
Now,
Home of the cocaine.
Home of the cocaine.
Cocaine.
Just go down to Colombia right now. It's a jungle. Oh, but wait. Isn't that the area right now that all these variants seem to be popping up?
Uh-oh.
Isn't that where Lambda? Isn't that where the moos are hanging out at?
The moo.
So they got Revenge of the Nerds hanging out down there
Omega
now?
moo.
So they went through all of that. Again, ABC News, 2 days ago. Look it up. South America, technically speaking, yes, Venezuela is in South America. It would have been the closest route because you go from small island to 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 hit Venezuela. They could have went into Colombia.
Could have.
But you better have some boats, and you better hope you don't get picked off along the way.
Come on. Once again, think of all the cartels you've got to hit. These people are known for chopping off appendages.
Dude.
Arms, legs, head.
Family members, non-family members, close loved ones. Bro,
I got it. I know how it happened. All right. Here's my scenario. Here
we go, yo. Yo, Earth knows this and Earth knows that.
But Earth don't know jack because Earth don't rap.
You heard?
Listen. Here's my scenario. They got to Colombia where they were given passageway, but they had to do something in return. You know what they had to do? They had to be mules.
For what?
They were mules. They got bags of blow in their gut, man.
Look. Okay, so you didn't went. So you didn't went through Colombia.
Each of them got
all right.
Listen. Hold on. If each of them can swallow a kilo, that's thousands of kilos.
Bro, look. That's wasted product, and them cats don't waste product. We both know the facts on that shit. They ain't wasting no product, bro. Look.
You talked the South, didn't you?
They somehow, unless they put them on a plane, and they said they went through multiple countries, they would have had to all been on a plane. Because, dude, you're trying to tell me, even as mules, you're trying to tell me that you went through either Venezuela into Colombia, or somehow you got into Colombia directly, which definitely you can't walk there. There are no small islands to hop by small boat. You need a big boat to get there. Okay. All right. So you made it through Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras. So you made it through all of Central America, completely undetected.
Unscathed. You had to be a mule, bro. That's the only way. That's the only way they're gonna let you get paid.
But look though, If that's the case, it's still wasted product because why are you sending them to the exact same place that people trying to get into America is getting snatched up at? When you could have just easily put them on speedboats and got them into New Orleans, got them into, look, get them into Mobile. Let's see, Mississippi. I'll tell you what, cats fit in immediately in New Orleans. Immediately.
As long as they don't open up their mouth talking about
Even if they do, even if they do, their language in Creole ain't too far off, bro.
That's true, because they can speak that French. They can speak that French. That's one of the languages over there. You know.
You see what I'm saying? So I mean, Texas, where everybody else is getting caught up at.
And what you gonna do when you get into Texas? Where you gonna go? Where you going?
You're gonna stick out like a sore thumb in that part of Texas because look, check it out. Brown, white, scattered blackness. Again, brown, white, scattered blackness. You want to talk about sticking out like a sore motherfucking thumb? Look, gets the gas face, get the gas face.
Yeah. Listen, people. Now you can honestly say this whole fairy tale of thousands of Haitians migrating into Texas has been officially debunked by Earth and Sky.
You ain't bullshitting.
Debunked.
Okay. There's an even faster way than that. If they wouldn't have said South America, they would have had to go through Cuba. And we all know you ain't going through Cuba.
Nope.
That's like a roach motel. You get in, you ain't getting out.
One way in, one way out. No way out.
No way out.
People, I almost don't even want to talk about this anymore because it's so far-fetched. It's so far-fetched that, I mean, you couldn't write this in a Hollywood script writing room. They couldn't give you a script writing contest that would win this one right here. I'm sorry. There's no way. Prove me wrong. I love to be proven wrong. I do not. I'm one of those people that if you prove me wrong, I don't mind saying I'm wrong. Just don't. Sorry. I just don't.
Bruh. I'm looking at video of people crossing the Rio Grande. Right? Mind you, they don't look like they've been traveling from South America unless they was on a plane and got dropped off on the other side. And again, if you drove there, 1,700 miles, but you ain't got no money. You think the cartel gonna put you with that much product if you are a mule to a hot spot where they're waiting for you? Okay, peep the technique. About 7-8 years ago, a buddy of mine got a job, Border Patrol, right? My man literally was posted up. He had the rifle. He had the pistola. He had the shotty. And it's just him in his fucking truck for miles. He was shook so bad, he quit. What you gonna do when they run up on your ass and it's just you? You gonna radio some shit? and they're gonna find a truck with you not in it. Or you take the dollars, keep your mouth shut, and live to go home. Or you quit. When you start seeing stuff off in the distance, and you like, it's just me out here, and by the time I radio in, it's not gonna matter. What you think, they ain't got signal jammers? Look, man, coyotes make big money. When I say big money, they make big money. They got technology. Let's not get it twisted. They show you the broke parts of Mexico. They show you people downtrodden, just like they showed you in Haiti. I'm gonna tell you what, both of them spots got people with lots of money, nice big homes, driving nice cars, but they want to make you think that they're like primitive people. They're the downtrodden. These people have been making money doing this for decades, if not longer than that. So, I mean, again, have trekked across dozens of countries, not states, countries, facing blistering heat.
Hundreds of degrees. Humid heat.
Oh, and other dangers. So that other dangers, let your brain just play with that.
So you go from humid heat to dry heat, desertous area. Come on, people.
Jungleistic.
Jungle love.
So what you saying there? What you saying there, Charlie? Good to see you, man. They said they were held up in Mexico for years due to the law to stay in Mexico that was produced by Trump. Okay. So if you've been held up in Mexico for years, why are you coming now? Good evening. Why are you coming now? Why are you waiting to come across right now? If you've been coming across, ain't nobody said nothing, but just so conveniently now, we're going to mess with them coming across now. They've been held up in Mexico?
What, since the last hurricane or when? I mean, how long?
Yeah, basically, he was saying since Trump, since 46 was in office, since 45 was in office. See what I'm saying? He says they have been held up in Mexico for years.
Okay, so
due to law, stay in Mexico that was produced by Trump. You know what I'm saying? So basically, so pretty much, okay, they've been quote unquote trapped in Mexico, right? Are the people of Mexico truly trapped in Mexico?
Sorry, Charlie.
Are they coming over here right now?
Did they get the green flag to go ahead and, you know? So Mexico was
Mexico told them to get out, bro. I'm gonna tell you, I've been there. I've been a lot of times, and I've been in some spots. And I'm gonna tell you what, right now, if I wasn't with the people I was with, they were going to extricate me immediately on sight. They don't give a damn about no laws down there.
Laws? We don't care about those stinking laws.
Stinking laws? Dude, they'd have got me up out of there if I wasn't with the people I was with. With the quickness. First thing smoking, they'd have got me up out of there. By any means necessary. Like drop his ass off in the water. We don't give a damn, but he ain't gonna be here.
Because look, they're not worried about PR down in Mexico. Hello, you got cartels down there slaughtering villages. What were these, human trafficking? Is that what this is? Human trafficking? Were these people that escaped because they were being slutted out for sex or something like that? Or children being pimped? Come on, man. Come on. Let's.
Oh, it gets better.
Uh-oh.
All eyes are on the small town of Del Rio, Texas, where at one point more than 14,000 migrants, the majority of them from Haiti, were sheltering under a bridge. I don't know too many bridges in that area where 14,000 people could shelter.
Now, if they were, well, that takes the Red Hot Chili Pepper song to a whole new level.
I mean, right? And see,
I
here's the
want
heartstring.
no
Here's
more.
the heartstring. Here's the heartstring pull. All right. It says one of the migrants, John Baptiste Wilvin, told ABC News he crossed 11 countries to get to the U.S. after he and his family had been living in Chile.
Chile.
I do apologize. You know what I'm saying? For the last 4 years. Why the fuck would you leave? Why would...
Nope. Chile said get out, right? Or Chile said get out this time. No more chili for you.
Look, I'm scared to go back there because right now I can't live in my country. Okay. It says here's the heartstring puller.
Uh-oh, let's hear it.
Go get the tissues. His pregnant wife and
Cue the violin music.
and 10-year-old daughter are now back on the Mexican side of the border. He said they had to make it to the U.S. camp, but called it hell. They said the U.S. camp was hell. On the U.S. side, he goes on to say they were only given a burrito, a bottle of water per day. So you're not giving them food. So you're in Mexico, so you think all Mexicans eat burritos. That's fucked up. Okay. But in Mexico, several people came from the camp to give food away. But some migrants got into a fight over it. Bruh. The mayor of Del Rio says as the scenes unfold, it's heartbreaking.
Not heartbreaking enough to not have a dude on horseback whipping their ass.
Like so many migrants who arrive in the United States southern border, the current wave has come from Central or South America. Many of them are Haitian refugees who left their country after the 2010 earthquake. So for 11 years,
A decade.
you've been hanging out in Chile, Colombia, Bogota, Nicaragua. You just been lamping.
Cold lamping. Lamping. Cold.
And now all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
You get the green light.
wait, nobody wants you.
Give me the green light.
So now all of a sudden, you get uprooted. Y'all ain't got to go home, but you guys to get the hell up out of here, right? So instead of going just to another South American country, now here's the people. These countries are like, there's only like 1 or 2 big cities, and the rest is jungle.
Jungle.
You trying to tell me you can't start a little flow down there on your own little colony? Nobody's gonna know. How the hell they gonna know? Have you heard of a Central America or South American country saying we've got an immigration problem? We're being overrun by migrants.
Never. That's an American thing.
Thank you. They're like, come on in, man. We got plenty. Y'all have this. Look, we even give a damn. Yo, go over there and handle your business, man. Really? Really? I mean,
People, listen. There's so many holes in this shit. I could weave a whole new outfit and it would still look like a Jamaican tank top, a net mesh tank top. You know what I'm saying? there's too many holes in this shit. Too many. And when there's that many holes in it, that means that they had to rush a story. They didn't give it time to marinate. So if they were staying 10, 11 years, 4 years, and that was not reported 4 years ago, back, what's that, 2017? It wasn't reported that thousands of migrant, what's that?
That's the bridge where at one point 14,000 people, mostly Haitian, camped out. Source of that picture, NBC News, or ABC News, people, ABC News. Source of that picture was taken on September 21st, 3 days ago. The Del Rio International Bridge near the Rio Grande. So they were there before they crossed the river.
And it was not reported? No reports prior to 3 days ago?
Like nobody knew that many people were just coming to hang out. Now I'm gonna tell you, look, man.
Now I can make that same picture in about 45 minutes using my Adobe software.
That's
Just
facts.
being honest.
That's facts. Look. They knew. Now you see why they were waiting on them. Waiting on them. Like, yeah.
With 2 horses? That's it?
That's all they chose.
14,000 people? 2 horses?
Look. I'm gonna count the cars. Hold up. What Charlie gotta say now? Let's see. Brought to South America 10 years ago. Oh, by Soros in prep to come to the U.S., came to Mexico, scared to come over the border under Trump. Now it's time for the plan. Conservative plan to bring Cubans over after standoff and shutdown. Well, look here.
I'm sorry, man. Now, so you mean to tell me that they're living under the bridge all dependent on whether Trump got elected or not, reelected?
No.
Oh, man.
So no. Basically, what he's saying is they were kind of hurting, like almost like they knew these people had all left, like a mass exodus 10 years ago happened, right? So they went and kind of rounded up some of them and put them where they had to be in order for this to happen. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, so y'all been living here for this long? Okay. They didn't say y'all gotta go, but we said y'all gotta go.
So they gave them safe passage to get under the bridge.
They had to get there somehow. Because see, I don't see any cars. I don't see them driving any cars.
I mean,
and think about it. During the Trump administration, 45, like to reference 45. As the 45 administration, right? Did it stop anybody from coming across the border? Look,
Mexicans still came, even while they were building a wall.
Look, you can't stop the inevitable. You can't stop it, nor did they want to stop it. Because I'll tell you what, right now, California shuts down. Business in California shuts down, people. And that's facts. That's facts. You want your lawn done? You want your pool taken care of? Go to some hotels. You don't know Spanish? You ain't interacting with the housekeeping staff. How many of them people do you think follow the PC way? Really, people? I'm going to tell you what right now. It'll never close. Because the American economy would shut California shut down. California as a state would be useless. Literally. You might as well just let the earthquake happen, evacuate all the people, and just let it float in the sea. Because it would shut down. Facts. So the wall never gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. And guess what? If it did, they just find another way. You got to think they've been digging tunnels for decades. Such an intricate tunnel system that when the news shows it, if they showed you that system, do you think they got another one? There are 10 more or 100 more tunnel systems? See, they'll give up 5 to keep 50 running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, like it ain't shit.
But let's ask a question. Those are owned and managed by the cartels. Do you think the cartels are going to allow 14,000 Haitians? For what purpose?
Let's see. This is the numbers are way down. I live 50 miles from the border. Right, but you live in Arizona. So they would be coming across into your state. They're not coming across into Arizona. They're not even coming across in El Paso, and I lived there. I've been to Juarez many times.
Many a times.
And I love that city.
I love Juarez.
You heard, go there, be dancing, be like, hey, I get me some authentic food. An actual gordita.
Just make sure you keep your wallet in your front pocket.
Yeah, that's facts. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
great people. Go down there, have a good time, spend the money. Dude, Tijuana is actually a cool place to go now versus back in the day. Look, back in the day, it was crazier, but it was pretty interesting.
But see, you know here's the thing. How do you
coming via bus? So now
they're coming to America.
Where are they getting this money from?
They're coming to America
to get on a bus, and no one knows. So now they got pesos. Mind you, yeah, if they've been living for 10 years, obviously they've been living somehow. So I get it. They've somehow, but see, that's what I'm saying. It's like if you've been living somewhere for 10 years, you got established roots in a spot for
10 years. Yes.
That's a decade. So why all of a sudden are either A, you're leaving, or B, why they kicking them out?
I'm sorry, man.
They all got money. Right. Because they've been there for 10 years.
Working, living. Obviously.
If they got money, they're doing something. So why'd they kick them out? I mean, I would like to ask these countries. So if you've got people who've been active members of your society, if they got your currency, means that they've been working, selling goods, services in your country.
Contributing.
So now all of a sudden, so if this has been going on for 10 years, then that number of 14,000 is missing about a 0 or so. It would make sense to me that number be about 140,000.
Well, let's. How to get you a currency?
Now, that's my next question. So, how when you're in South America, are you predominantly getting U.S. currency unless, of course, you work for a business that's going to pay you in American dollars? That would be an American business because that country's not going to pay you in American dollars because basically the American dollars are worth more than their money. Right. Gifted from the U.S. Exactly. So you want to see a setup? That's a setup.
Bring here to hold on
all day.
Bring him here just to wait. That, I mean, that does sound American though. Hurry up and wait. That's what it sounded like when I was in the army. Hurry up and
Look, yeah, look, come on over, chill back, chill back. We'll make sure you eat. We good. We good. We get you some money, get you some dollars. That way you can live longer. You know what I'm saying? We give you the call, and then we bring you up. It's all good.
Hey man, look. Hey, look. I got a couch, bro. You can stay as long as you want, as long as it's not longer than 10 years. Okay.
Like,
I mean, what was the campaign for that one? We need 14,000 beds
no,
for four
but here's the thing, though. But that's what I'm saying. Like, why is the
people
magic
giving
number?
birth, old folks dying.
No, but wait. 14,000, just 14. Wait, that are mostly
Not all.
Asian. It stinks, people.
You got to read between the lines when it stinks that bad.
It stinks.
That's just, I mean, that stinks really, really bad.
Oh,
I mean,
you're gonna love Charlie's next comment. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
They are all part of the Actors Guild.
Now you're saying, Charlie. There you go.
SAG Awards.
Yes.
Jay.
They are all card-carrying SAG members. So,
Jay. The Essence.
Hey, that's what I said earlier, Charlie. That's what I said earlier. I said they're crisis actors. They're crisis actors, man.
Oh.
They're actors. I mean, the numbers are fudged, the pictures are photoshopped, and this setup is a scene where it brings it to a culmination, which is a white guy on a horse whipping black people. Come on. This is what it's all about, to get an emotional response out of people, because that emotional response breeds fear. Do you know what the number one drug in the world is? Fear, man. We go to movies just to pay for it. We live a daily life just to pay for it. We watch the news just to reaffirm it. We live lives based on fear. Fear of not having enough. Fear of not being enough. Fear of not adding up. And come on, man. This is deeper than what I mean. We're just poking holes in this shit with just one night's conversation, asking questions. That's it.
Oh, bro, this is just. I mean, like you said. I mean, it's kind of like, again, beating a dead horse, and we don't like beating dead horses because I don't use glue. So, and I don't eat horse burgers. Although, McDonald's back in the day got caught for selling them. Which I'm sure I probably consumed some horse burgers then, because that's
where's the beef?
You heard. So, yeah, man.
Hey, man, I didn't expect the whole night to be capitalized by Haiti, but you know what? If there's a central distraction, we like to focus on the distractions here, so then we can kind of see what's going on while the distractions are taking place. My thing is, you got all these people. What did they move the people out from that one place? Say, you guys got to go. We got a new batch of Haitians coming in. I mean, come on, people. You're 10 years up. You got to go.
Where's the rest of them? Where's the rest of them?
Because I mean,
wouldn't tell me that like just a small number bounced about the country. Mind you, I get it. The country's in turmoil right now. Shit is really bad. Like economically, between hurricanes and earthquakes, decimated the country. Plus, of course, they noticed some things that weren't closed properly, like Pandora's box. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So basically, they know something's coming there that they don't want to see. I get that. I truly get that, which could be ended if they just ushered in the matriarchal system. That's a different show.
But here's the thing, man. And once again, I want to say this for everybody that's just now tuning in. We've been talking about Haiti for the past hour, almost 2 hours now, and I just want to say that even though this is edutainment, our heart goes out to those being affected by all the tragedies, all the
Yes.
upheaval that is happening
Yes.
in Haiti. We are not talking against that. We are not saying that that is not real. We're not even saying that what's going on is not real. What we're saying is there are some questions that need to be answered the right way to get everybody to believe and buy into what they're saying is happening. And what they're saying is happening is just too far fetched and too unbelievable. I have not seen this in a movie. I haven't seen it in a movie. I mean, do we know what 14,000 people would look like in a concerted march to go from one part 12 countries? Number one, how did they get everybody over there? And at what point in time did it take for them to accumulate 14,000 people? Now let's give a percentage of new birth, new babies, if you're counting the babies. If they're not counting the babies, shame on them for even lying harder, because now that means there's more than 14,000 people, right? If they're not counting the babies. So that's another thing. But to get them all to one location, which is under the bridge of all places. So you must be really privileged to actually live under the bridge and not on the outside of the bridge. Where's the tent city? Are they making a tent city?
That
What
was a tent city. That
what
was a tent city.
right, it was a tent city, but I'm talking about where they get the materials for the tent city at. May peace prevail on earth. I totally agree with you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? But think about it. Again, if they had American dollars, they could buy supplies.
Okay, so
They
let's
could,
let's
they, they
let's
could do these things. But even if that was the case, okay, why leave where you've been dwelling for over a decade?
and if that's the case, let's say you were dwelling over there for a decade. Did they do some mass extermination operation to get them forced to move all at one time? Do you understand my questions? I'm not saying not you, Charlie, but just in general. I'm just asking questions. Like, what was it that made them leave? And was there not some type of understanding that this was happening? See, these are the things you have to ask, man. You have to be a critical thinker right now. You know what I'm saying? What are the options? What are the modes of travel? What are the logistics it takes to feed 14,000 people on a day-to-day basis?
And again, when they got to the camps,
A burrito and a bottle of water
a
per day?
burrito and a bottle of water per day.
Come on, man. Listen. That's still 14,000 bottles of water a day.
And you're down in some heat. And do you honestly think that a bottle of water? And what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with a bottle of water, bro? What you gonna do with a bottle of water? And if you drinking the water out the Rio Grande, son, you got bigger problems. you,
I mean,
you got bigger problems.
I mean, I can't fathom it, man. I can't wrap my mind around how you can move that many people and it not be picked up by some news channel, even if it was an external news channel somewhere on the outside.
Well, we've got our boots on the ground reporter, Charlie Stein.
Charlie,
Just sent me an update here.
okay. What do you got? What do you got?
Says new details: Haitian refugees headed to Tucson, Arizona.
And this is
And
as
they're being put on buses, but they're in America already. See, they've already crossed over. They're not trying to get over. They're not being whipped by someone on a horse, being driven back across the water. They're already in America. Tucson doesn't sit on the border of Mexico. So they're in America already.
wow. Thank you, Charlie. We appreciate that update, man.
I mean, and they're arriving in Tucson. Source KOLD.com. This was published on the 22nd of September at 10:48 p.m. Eastern Time. And this is KOLD, KOLD News 13. I'm not even gonna break that down right now. KOLD 13. I'm not touching that right now. Because here's how the article starts. It says, because so many Haitians who have arrived on the U.S. and Mexico border in Texas, some are being sent to Tucson for processing by the Border Patrol. So you're taking them from Texas to Arizona?
Question about logistics again. Okay, so you mean to tell me that all of these people, let's say 14,000 of them, do you know what kind of overload that is from their current caseload?
Oh, wait, this number has changed. It says now in this article, it says it's estimated nearly 15,000 Haitian refugees. Now, this one doesn't say mostly. This one says nearly, and this says it does not say mostly. Haitian refugees are living under a bridge. So this one's saying that they're all Haitian, not mostly, all. More than the Border Patrol can process.
Thank you. What did I just say? What did I just say? They're overloaded already, dude. They're already stretched.
Oh, Border Patrol, and nobody wants that job. Nobody wants that job, bro.
Man, they hire, bro. I can go get a job at the Border Patrol right now.
Look, I told you, my boy was spooked. He literally was like, I'm not sitting in this truck by myself. I ain't got no bulletproof armor. All I got is my vest, my rifle, my shotty, and my pistola. And that ain't gonna be enough by myself, because if that had armor proof, like if it was armor proofed and bulletproofed out and a rocket launcher couldn't blow it up, I'm pretty sure he'd feel pretty safe doing his job. So how many people do you think are lining up right now talking about, yeah, I'll be Border Patrol? They might like it till they go sit in that first shift, nice little 12-hour shift in your truck by yourself, and ain't nobody close to you for about 100 or so miles. Only thing you got is a radio and some bullets.
A radio.
One person. Now,
I'm on a Mexican. Whoa. Radio.
Well, that was a jam back in the day, boy.
I'm on a Mexican. Whoa.
There's only one person who I can think of that could survive that type of shit on a regular basis. His name is Lone Wolf McQuaid.
No.
Because Lone Wolf was a bad man, but we all know who played Lone Wolf, and that was Chuck Norris.
The Chucker fucker.
So at that point, we all know, look, you ain't fucking with Chuck. It's just that simple. You ain't fucking with Chuck.
Hey, look, man. Between him and Rambo, they may have a chance to both make it across the border.
You heard. It says some are arriving in Tucson by bus, while others are arriving by air. Mind you, this is all coming off taxpayers' dime. Okay. The groups receiving them say that they are fairly intermittent and the numbers are unpredictable. Officials decline to say just how many have arrived in Tucson in the past few days. So this is ongoing, because there is some concern about how well received they will be, which means that it's a fucking shit show.
Bureaucracy.
So here's my thing.
Fans.
Why now at such mass numbers?
Do you know what it takes to process 14,000 people?
Dude, they're still processing some of the people coming across the border from Mexico that are Mexican.
Exactly. Like I said, their cases
like that's stopping. Like, oh wait, the Mexicans took a day off. They took a month off. Like, yo, we ain't coming across.
Man, let me tell you what they did. Let me tell you how smart Mexicans are. They realized, let the 14,000 go. While they're dealing with them, we'll go the back way. We'll go the back way.
Look here, man. People sleep on that shit. Look, over there, education is not free. Education is not free. The only free education you get is if you go to a monastery or a nunnery. That's it. So you try to figure out why they're so skilled with their hands, laborers, and all of that. Because basically, from the time you can actually hold something to go to work, you going to work. What's schooling? Like, what are you talking about?
You either picking something, pulling something, or breaking it down and putting it together.
So, I mean, would you want to live in that? We the privileged here in America? If you didn't have to go, if you couldn't go to school, what would you do? Had to provide for your family. What would you do? I ain't talking about for no motherfucking Klondike bar. I'm talking about what would you really do when you're washing your clothes in the rainwater outside in the gutter in the street? What would you do? Would you want to go to a place that was actually better for you and your fam? Would you risk your life for it? So you think they stopped coming? Man, listen.
Get out of here.
All right, Charlie said, let's see. Anything about New Mexico? Oh, I could just imagine. See that it's right there. And that's going on. It says they stay out of the news. Oh yeah, of course. Why would you do that? 14,000 hours. This is obviously
pretty interesting number.
They would walk 20,000 miles. Dude, look here, man. Look here. It stinks to me. It stinks. Super duper unequivocally stinks. And again, like Earth said, why it bothers me so much is because that country is hurting.
Bad.
It's been hurting. The land itself is hurting. I'm not just talking about the people. I'm talking about the physical soil is hurting from non-closure. And as a distraction here in the States, we use that so they can do some shit behind the scenes that you're not paying attention to. And then you got people running up in stores, hitting people in the head with machetes. Then you got dude running up in a store he used to work at. Yeah, he just opened fire, started shooting people. You got a dude in Detroit who just opened fire on people. So you're trying to tell me that none of this shit was going on before now, and all of this stuff now all of a sudden is just poof.
You better think about it before you believe a lie. Think.
I mean, dude, it really bothers me. It really bothers me because that's preying on the emotions of people. We as human beings are emotion. We are energy in motion.
Man,
we learn best through emotion.
You know,
fear, trauma, tragedy, emotion, sadness,
depression,
anxiety.
Come on, people. Listen. You talking about the greatest currency on earth is attention. And these guys managed to escape Haiti, traverse 12 countries.
Over 10 years.
Over 10 years now. Now you want to talk about 12 years a slave. Let's go there. What were they held hostage in Mexico and forced to work in labor camps? What are we talking about? We gotta stop believing the bullshit, man. I mean, we gotta stop even trying to make the bullshit make sense.
Right.
We should be we should be breaking the bullshit down and saying, okay, so there was corn in this bullshit, there was grains in this bullshit, there's a little bit of bird feed in this bullshit. You know,
Oh,
we need to break it down. You got something?
bruh. Remember the guy that I was saying who talked about his wife and all
Yeah,
that?
John Baptiste. And
Yes. Okay. So he goes on to say that he's like the U.S. gives nearly 30,000 Afghans the ability to be refugees in the U.S., but Haitians are deported. Why is that?
hold on, wait a second. 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 So you mean to tell me out of 14,000 we picked the smart one to interview? We picked the one who's knowledgeable about US issues and concerns. Now, any other time, ABC News is gonna when they're interviewing somebody dark, they're not letting them, get on there and talk and make sense. Now, let's keep this, well, maybe that's just if it's African Americans. I don't know. Just saying. But my whole thing is,
Whoever Newman is, who's this Newman guy? Who's this Newman guy? This Newman guy.
no,
Whoever Newman is,
Newman.
that we have a debt that we owe the Afghan people. We have a debt that we owe them, is what he's saying. So it says, with the withdrawal of American troops in wake of the swift Taliban takeover. There was no takeover.
There's a walkover.
They just walked in. What the fuck are you talking about takeover? All right. It says, and the end of a 10-year war in Afghanistan.
Wait.
There is a slightly different sentiment for those trying to reach us from the southern hemisphere. It says, and I think that it's a good question for us to ask ourselves why.
Uh-oh. Get him. He's leaning in, folks.
Uh-oh. Another update from our man, our boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. Another update, people. Another update.
Interactive people.
This is why we are a interactive show.
You know what? We need to get. Earth and Sky needs to get a text line so anybody watching can text into us and send us information at the same time. That would be awesome.
We'll get that.
Okay.
Oh, billionaire Soros to donate $4 million. What the fuck is $4 million to that man? Shit out $4 million. What the fuck is
$4 million to who?
Ass of $4 million.
$4 million to who?
This is billionaire George Soros is donating $4 million to Haiti to aid the earthquake victims. But mind you, this was from 2000. So this is in 2010. So in 2010, he gave $4 million.
Hell, JP gave $1 million. I mean, shit, what's that? He just became a billionaire. George Soros is a multi-billionaire, ain't he?
Oh, yes. And Ben won.
And Ben won for a while.
Yeah. I did check the date. 2010.
That's when he did it. 2010.
2010.
So that was his buy-in.
No, that was the setup for now.
That was his buy-in. That's what I mean. That's his buy-in to the game.
Yeah.
So George, see, you know what it is, right? Here's what's crazy to me, right? They're like George Soros has now become the whooping boy for every cause of melanated people, obviously. I mean, Black Lives Matter all the way to Haitian lives matter. You know what I mean? Listen, we know that the whole situation is being funded. What we don't know is what they're funding it for. How are 14,000 people able to migrate from a small area?
And no one's talking about a virus. Are they infected? No one's talking about Lambda, which was in South America. If they came through South America,
Mu.
So are you trying to say that basically? So did we crack the code on a story that's yet to break? Are we going to wake up in the morning and say that all of a sudden parts of Texas and Arizona are now being ravaged by Lambda and Mu because of this? Are we ahead? Are we ahead of the curve? Maybe. Because we've called a few things before they happened already.
Already.
On that note, we gotta call it a wrap, bro. On
We
that, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good on this, man. Because look, this is a rabbit hole that we could dig down for a very long time. Because
You see, look, you see what we did in less than 2 hours.
yeah,
Come on,
I
get
mean,
interactive with us. Get interactive with us, man. This is a special. Hey, we're gonna call this the weekend Haitian takeover.
because I mean, again, people of Haiti, we are with you. Earth and Sky Interactive are with you.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? We understand you are hurting. We understand your soil
Our prayers are out for you and your family.
hurting. We understand that. A lot of Americans have no idea about that, about your soil hurting. We understand that. We understand that's not the place to be because y'all know unless it's fixed, it is not the spot at all. We are with you. Our energy, our prayers go out to y'all, which is why it bothers me so much that this is just being turned into a mockery.
Yep.
For a distraction.
That's what it is. It's literally siphoning the energy from where it needs to go. So the energy that's going to Hades to get things taken care of, the energy that's going there to heal those people and keep them and sustain them is being siphoned off of yet again. So yes, we got an issue with that. You know what I'm saying? This is no slight to the Haitian people because you guys don't deserve this, other than, you know, what spiritually should have been done to put you guys in a better situation a long time ago. Okay. Other than that, you're pawns in this game. And we want to let you know here at Earth and Sky, we recognize that you are pawns in this game. And we pray for you guys. But the truth is, the way that this is being ran through the media, we're seeing the media machine working live and direct here. This is a whole bunch of BS.
Please, y'all, close Pandora's box so this can stop. Close the box. Y'all know what you need to do to close the box. Close the box.
Close the box, man. Get with your Orishas, get with your Oguns, get with your witch doctors, get with your, you know what I'm saying, with your medicine people, get with your healers, man.
Please.
And close the box, man. Do the ritual, close the box, and you know, and think about the future generations, because this is going nowhere. This is going nowhere.
You see the spin that's being put on it.
You're never gonna get.
And they won't tell the truth. They won't, because the American people can't handle the actual truth of that, because then a lot more things would be exposed, and a lot more. But see, guess what? I'm here to tell y'all, a lot of things are going to be exposed and are being exposed
anyway.
Right now, anyway, either way. But at least for you and the people of the country, again, we're with y'all. We're with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's open. Oh, it can be closed. They just choose to stay patriarchal. They don't want to bring in the matriarch. They don't want to do it. And this has nothing to do with money. This has nothing to do with politics. This has everything to do with spirit.
Everything
to do with spirit.
And this is old spirit.
Was bad. Hocus pocus. I'm here to tell y'all motherfuckers this shit's real. When I say it's real, it's being used against us right now.
Sky.
I know.
Sky, you're trying to pull the manhole cover off of a rabbit hole.
But you know how this gets up.
I know. That's it. Once again, like you said, that's a show for a different day. We're gonna leave that show for a different day. We're not even gonna uncover that one. But just know We peeped the bullshit.
Yeah,
We peeped the
yeah,
bullshit.
yeah. We smell the effluvia.
We smell the
We
effluvia.
smell it. We smell it, and basically we will speak on that on a different time, man. But look, man, thank y'all for riding with us.
Thank you.
Like 2 hours and 15 minutes, but this was heartfelt, y'all. This touches home. You know what I'm saying? And thank y'all for riding with us. We appreciate y'all. Of course, you know what I'm saying? It's Friday, so Sunday right around the corner. But just as a heads up, people, format will be changing.
Yeah.
Formats will be changing.
We're starting that this Sunday, right? So we're
actually, are we starting that this Sunday or this Monday?
Yeah, I thought we were going to be switching from. Well, go ahead. I'll let you tell them about the new switch.
No. I'm just letting them know that there will be a change.
Oh yeah.
And
I was thinking
we will post that change.
Yeah.
So that way, it'll be on all social media platforms. It'll be on YouTube as well, of our new set schedule. So that way you can put the clock on it. Yes, my good man. Yo, Charlie, man. Love you, brother. Thank you for being interactive with us.
Thank you, brother.
Sending in the information.
Appreciate your help.
Salute you.
Love you always. Take care, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Salute you, man. You know what I'm saying? So, so that way y'all can set your clocks by it, gather friends, pull your family members in, whatever, man.
Because and get interactive with us.
Yeah, and be interactive with us. You know what I'm saying? We love it. It's what we do. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, Charlie chimed in, sent us some nice little stuff that we didn't know about, but that's why we're called the interactive. Podcasting.
Dead.
Matter of fact, let me get a close up.
Dead.
Podcasting.
Your podcast is dead, son. It's dead.
Dead. I want to dead.
Listen,
dead.
We want to appreciate. We appreciate y'all for riding out with Earth and Sky on yet another of one of our segments. This one was obviously captivated. You know what I mean? Like Sky said, do we want to go ahead and give them the idea now of the schedule change? Maybe not the times yet, but just the days. You want to do that now, or what do you think?
Yeah, we can give them the days. We can give them the days.
Okay. So Sunday is now going to be going to Monday. All right. So starting Monday, we're going to be doing our Monday show. Okay. No more MySpace.
Done deal.
Yes.
Done.
So, and then our Wednesday show is going to be alternating from Wednesday morning to Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. Okay. So, two weekends, 2 Wednesdays out of the week will be Wednesday morning. 2 Wednesdays out of the week will be Wednesday evening.
Of the
month. And then we're always going to keep the Friday show going. So that's going to be the weekend. We'll let you know the show titles and everything. It's not going to change. The dates are going to change, and that's it. And we'll be coming with solidified time, so that way you can know when to tune into us. Get your popcorn, get the kiddies ready, so we can actually have a real conversation with Earth and Sky and go interactive together, so we can get this information together. Does that resonate with you? Does that resonate with you?
That resonates
with you.
That resonates with me.
It resonates with you. It resonates with me.
I really like the sound of that. Yeah. That resonates with me.
Yo, man, I hope y'all had a good time as we did.
Cats like that. You understand? Like, to talk like that. Like,
hey, you get that jibber jabber, boy. You might be. Ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, Earth and Sky unite, man. We love y'all, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us. You know how we do it. Live
and direct. All right, people. Y'all have a good night. And again,
peace.